Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for watching. I want to make a quick video regarding how I used Fibonacci today because it worked really well, and I think it's real informative for the new traders out there on using Fibonacci. Don't be intimidated by it. It works really well. Let me just kind of give you a little background on one trade setup that I had using the Fibonacci tool, which let me just mention too, by the way, that our daily R1 pivot points came into good use too, providing some resistance up here. Not only were we overextended on the envelope band, but we met the daily R1, so that's a classic sell opportunity, and as you can see, that paid off really well. Okay, getting into Fibonacci. During this choppy sideways action, the market's trying to make up its mind which direction it wants to go. It makes a decisive effort for sells, and when you see a big candlestick like this, you don't want to jump on board at the bottom because that makes no sense. Typically when you see a big candle like this, you're going to see a retracement, so you want to wait and get in once the retracement is over. Now, how do you predict that? Well, for one thing, you can use the red moving average on the 15-minute chart. That will sometimes provide levels of resistance, although it's not super accurate. But if it coincides or correlates with another indicator such as the Fibonacci, which it does in this case, when I drew from the most recent high here down to the most recent low here, it just so happened to coincide with the 38.2, which is the first level of resistance. It's a very popular level of resistance, followed by the 50 and the 61.8. So when we saw price action not only meet the red moving average, but also the 38.2, that's a good indicator to enter a sell. And I did, and it paid off. And then you see we have another rally come up here. And for that rally, even the Fibonacci tool worked really well. Let me go to the 5-minute chart, show you that. So here is that selling pressure that you saw on the 15-minute, which is now represented by 3 candlesticks because we're on the 5-minute. I'm going to grab my Fibonacci tool. This was that retracement where I first entered the sell, and then this is that retracement I was talking about that I saw happening. So I jump in again. Now, most recent high would be here now. Most recent low would be here now, and you can see it came right up to another popular level of Fibonacci, the 50, where it met resistance and came on back down. So that's 2 ways that I use Fibonacci. And you know, Fibonacci is totally subjective. It's not an objective measure, meaning it involves subjectivity to it. It involves you kind of coming up on your own with where you draw your lines, and many traders draw their lines different ways, and that's why it can seem kind of intimidating. But you know, let me just show you something here. If you had used this, which I use this as my most recent high, you come up to the 38.2, right? Now, say you hadn't used that. Say you went and used, let's say, this one as your next recent high. You can still see the 38.2 here matching up. Or even, let me go to the 5-minute because this 15-minute doesn't look as clear. Or even, let's use this as the most recent high, and now it's the 50. You know, each time here it's the 50, here it's the 38.2, here the one I actually use, it's the 38.2. And so all 3 of those designs matched up with where price action found resistance. So it would have worked for you, you know, had you drawn it here or back up here. So it doesn't matter that you're not exactly precise with this thing. And again, it might not work out. Sometimes price action will blow through the 38, come up to the 50, blow through it, come up to the 61.8, blow through it, and just continue on. And when that happens, that's a good indication that you're seeing a reversal in momentum because 3 popular levels of resistance were broken and couldn't contain price action. So that's another way you can kind of use your fib lines, is to determine if we're just seeing a retracement and it'll just stall out either at the 38, the 50, or the 61, or are we seeing a true reversal? Usually if it blows through the 61, that's pretty much indicative of a reversal or a rally in this case. All right, that's a quick video. Hope that helped. As always, feel free to ask any questions or leave any comments. Thanks for watching again.